here for another video on how to use auto drive. This time we're going to be adding on to an already existing course. If you watched my last video on how to use auto drive, everyone, I created a sell point course here on the Millennial Farmer map that went from the main farm silo, which is back behind those trees over there, to the whatever sell point is over here. This is the Lowry. I think this is the Lowry sell point over there. So we went from the main farm silo to Lowry. Now in this episode, everyone, we are going to be going down to the grain buyer sell point. And we're kind of sitting here where the course goes through. If we bring up the edit mode here, actually let's start at the beginning here. Auto drive on to open auto drive's HUD. It is Alt-0. I already had it open there. So again, left Alt-0 brings up the HUD. Middle click the mouse button brings up the pointer to control the auto drive menu here. And if we just go back to the drive mode there, if you click the little exclamation point in the corner, that will bring up the editing mode. So you can record courses, edit courses, all that good fun stuff. What we're going to do, everyone, is we are going to record an extension onto this course, essentially. Basically, again, think of auto drive like a network, everyone. You basically connect everything up, and then auto drive, assuming everything is connected, can reach all the various points and locations on a map through its network. So we're just going to hit record here. Again, a reminder here from last video, everyone, you can record one-way courses and two-way courses. The one-way courses are these green lines you can see here, and they do have arrows on them indicating which direction auto drive can traverse those lines. So again, this line here, it can only go this direction on that line. Same thing on the other line across here. It can only come down this line. And again, notice the arrows right there and the arrow right there. You can record two types of lines. You can record two-way lines and one-way lines. These are one-way lines that we recorded so far. End of the last video there, I did show a quick example of a two-way line. Those lines are blue, and auto drive can traverse either direction on those lines. Personally, I can't really think of too many reasons to use the two-way lines, so I typically use the one-way lines. And that is the default mode here, by the way. So once you bring up editing, we're just going to hit record. Notice it creates a new waypoint. Also automatically connects that. We don't actually want that. We'll have to fix that here in a minute. But we're going to drive to the sell point here first and record this course. Just put a drive down here. Actually, this might be a good candidate, everyone, for a one-way or two-way course. I'm sorry, two-way courses, because it is kind of like a two-track here, right? Interest of saving a little bit of time, I'm just going to cut across the field here again. Keep in mind, if you're recording this course, actually, you might not want to do this, but well, it's up to you, I guess. Depends how you want your course to turn out. So we're just, interest of time, we're just going to cut across here to the sell point over here. Once we're to the sell point, we're going to go ahead and create a waypoint at that location. Notice, with this, we're only going to create one waypoint. If you watched the last video, we already created a waypoint at the loading point, and that should already be available to us once we connect these networks together. Also, so far, when I've not gotten into any of the advanced settings here with auto drive, just for selling, I have not found the need to. You shouldn't have to really get into the settings at all when you're creating a course like this. Okay, that should be pretty good. Again, when it comes to the waypoints, you want to create the waypoints after the unloading and also after the loading. So have them a little bit beyond where they actually need to be. Again, auto drive should automatically detect that this is a sell point here. If you have this point too close or too far out, auto drive might hit this point before it actually hits the sell point, and that will cause a problem. So anyway, we're going to sell point 2, sure. Actually, it was a grain buyer. I think it's a grain buyer, something like that. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're just creating this as an example here. Could create a waypoint there too if you wanted. I think that's just loading in silo. Actually, no, that's not a bad idea. Why don't we do that? We're going to stop recording here, just so you can see how it's done. Again, we stopped recording. We're going to drive back here real quick, just so you can see what is involved. You want to add a waypoint at a later point. So again, watch the red line here, everyone. it is indicate which waypoint we'll be editing. So probably get to this one here. That should be pretty good. Yeah, that one right there. And we just hit add waypoint, and we'll just storage silo. That's actually what that is, if I remember correctly. So there you go. Now you got a waypoint right there. And again, once we get these all connected up, everyone, auto drive should be able to access that. And if you wanted to, you could create another waypoint if we recorded this course properly, going underneath up here for a load from the storage silo. We're not going to bother doing that here beyond what we're planning on doing. So we'll get about where we left off here. Let's line up just a little bit better. Okay, then hit the record button here again. Again, auto drive should automatically connect those up. In this case, that is fine. We probably want those to be automatically connected. Typically, I found out when I'm adding onto a network, I don't really like the automatic connection feature. I actually turn that off in the settings. So in the advanced settings, everyone, I can show that here in a few moments. We can turn that off. There is also the option that will automatically connect when you end the auto drive course as well. That option is off by default. So if you prefer to have everything automatically connect, you can turn that on. Again, like I said, in my experience, I'm probably going to want to turn both of those off just so you can manually connect them. It's going to make a little more sense. Because again, what is connected over on this other end here, everyone, is not going to be good. It's coming from the wrong direction. It would probably work, but it just would be a little derpy. Back to the main road over here a minute. Okay, now that we're back to the main road, we're just gonna, I don't know, stop about, let's see if we get one more point here a minute. Nope, maybe not. Okay, we'll call it good right there. Stop recording, click the record button. And what we need to do, everyone, oh boy, check out the stop sign. We need to connect these courses together. So, I want to pay attention to the direction of these arrows. I've gotten this wrong quite a few times if you watch my videos. Quite easy to do. So pay attention to the direction of your arrows. We are going to want to go from this point, I can get this zoomed out here, to probably this point would be pretty good. You probably don't want to go to that one right there, but that's probably a little too sharp of an angle. Try to give it, a nice little bit of a curve to it. Kind of, I was hoping to get one more waypoint in there, but again, you could click that and move it up there just a little bit. A reminder again to everyone, when you're connecting your waypoints, you click on the first one, so that's left click, and click on the one you want it to go to. So again, if it's already created, it will delete it. So we want to go from this one here, so it turns green. Click on the one you want it to go to, and it highlights blue there, what it highlights. Now this one over here, when we do not want this one, if you notice it's connecting from that one there, we actually probably want to come down this line here and connect to it. So we're going to get rid of this one. We're going to click on that one. It's going to turn green. Click on that one. It's going to get rid of it. And then we're going to go, is there another waypoint? We'll probably go from this one here, I guess. So click that one. Again, left click. And then left click again on the one you want it to connect to. And we can just maybe, move this back here a little bit. Give, again, a little bit more of an angle. Doesn't affect this course here in any way. Just a straight line. That should just make it easier for that one, right? Now, if we go to sell here, we go to the pickup and deliver. We've added on to our course here. And let's turn off the editing mode. We don't need that on. We can load from the main farm silo. And let's say we want to sell to sell point 2. We're still doing soybeans. Hit the power button. He is going to go to sell point 2. Let's see what's here. Yes, we want to go to the main farm silo first there. You can click this double arrow button, and it should advance him to whatever's next on the list. So in this case, he was going to go to sell point. I'm not sure why. Normally he goes to the main farm silo load first, but... And speaking of which, we're going to quick hop over there here a minute, because otherwise auto drive is not going to be able to load from here. So once he pulls in, we'll turn on the silo. He should load, and then go sell at the sell point over there. So again, we did not record a course that goes around the silo here. We recorded that in the last video. We've simply added on to this already existing network here, or course. And we've added on to it over here. So it just adds on to that little addition to it. Although, not really a little addition. It is a pretty good trip over there. Let's see. So we want to unload the dry silo once he pulls in. Pulling in the driveway now. See him coming up here. Again, I mean, this is just a Millennial Farmer silo thing just because of the way the silo system on this map is set up. Let's unload dry silo. Should turn on. Should pull up here and automatically start filling. Assuming we got soybeans in there, which I'm assuming we do. Okay, he has reached it. He is not loaded, though. Interesting. Okay. There he goes. I'm not sure why he stopped there. That was a little weird. I got him in the right mode, right? He's in, yes, he's in pick up and deliver. Oh, did I set this to 1? No, it's not set to 1 at the moment. You can change this, by the way, how many times you want auto drive to sell. Say you only want it to sell 1 load. You can set that to 1 and it'll sell 1 load. You can also change the speed settings here, too, if you want to change those. Personally, I've never really changed them. I just left them the way they are. Auto drive seems to do a pretty good job of driving, especially when you compare it to course play. Auto drive does a phenomenal job compared to course play in that regards. In the settings here, too, I'm going to show you folks real quick. Let's see what's here. Auto connect start, auto connect end. The default is yes. A lot of times, I like to turn that off. I turn it to no, and then I manually connect them. Your preference on that one, but that is where those options are under the main tab here. You got auto connect start, switch that to no or yes, and then same thing with auto connect on the end. That's auto connects your networks when you are recording new courses. So anyway, Evan, I think that'll wrap it up here for this video here. We'll let the auto drive go ahead and make its way over to cell point 2. Actually, it said let's go into the main. The green one here's the highlighted one, so I actually wanted to go. There we go. Cell point 2. I think must have got a little confused there. Just depends on maybe where we started it. But yes, click that, and that should advance it again to the next one there. So anyway, we're heading over there. We're going to let auto drive sell that again. And when you folks have any comments or questions about this, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.